Alright, today we're going to be making orange chicken, brought to us by Kenji López-Alt. Now to get started, we're going to need a pound of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We're going to remove some of that excess fat, and then we're going to cut into bite-sized pieces, around 1/2 to 3/4 inch. Then we're going to marinate this chicken for some extra flavor. So to start, you're going to take 1 egg white, and you're going to whisk this until nice and frothy. Then we're going to add 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 2 tablespoons Shaoxing wine, 2 tablespoons vodka, and then you're going to stir it and make sure that that's well combined. Then we're going to take half that marinade and we're going to add into a separate container, and then in the main bowl we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon baking soda and 3 tablespoons cornstarch, and you're going to whisk this until you don't have any clumps remaining and the mixture smooth. After that, you can add your trimmed chicken to the bowl, and then you're going to want to mix by hand, just ensuring that each piece is fully coated. Now you should at least let this marinade sit for 30 minutes for some extra flavor, but I prefer overnight, and it's also going to help reduce the amount of work on our actual day of cooking. Okay, so now it's time for the part you've all been waiting for, which is the orange sauce. So to get started, you're going to want to take 2 medium to large garlic cloves, and we're looking for a fine mince with this, and in the same fashion, we're going to need 2 teaspoons of finely minced fresh ginger. So this is about a 1/2 inch peeled section, and just make sure it's consistent with the garlic. Now this wouldn't be orange chicken without some oranges, so we're going to need the juice and zest from about 3 large oranges, and then I'm going to cut a little bit of green onion. Now this is just for garnish. Then to a smaller medium bowl, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of a light soy sauce and 1 tablespoon cornstarch. Now mix this around until it's consistent before adding the other ingredients, which will be 3 tablespoons of white vinegar, 1 teaspoon roasted sesame oil, a pinch of red pepper flake, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of that fresh orange juice, and then our orange zest, and just mix around until all the ingredients are incorporated. Now when you're ready to fry your chicken, we need to make a dry coating, so take 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Mix that around, and then we're going to add a reserve marinade from yesterday. Give that a whisk. This is going to create some clumps that are going to be extra crispy on the chicken. After that, remove your chicken from the fridge, and then we're going to add into the dry coating a few pieces at a time, and then make sure you're stirring around well. We don't want any pink parts of the chicken showing, and once fully coated, you can set this off to the side until you're ready to fry. To get started on our orange sauce, you're going to take a large fry pan and over medium heat, add a little bit of peanut oil, and then our minced garlic and ginger. You're going to cook this for 2 minutes, just until it gets a little bit of color. Then add your remaining sauce, and you're going to want to bring this to a light boil. Now that cornstarch is really going to help thicken this up, and it's going to be quick, so it's only going to take about 3 to 5 minutes, and once it's thick enough to coat the back of a spoon, you can turn the heat to the lowest setting possible, just to leave the sauce warm while we fry the chicken. Now take your wok and fill about halfway up with a neutral oil, and once it hits 350 degrees, adding your chicken a few pieces at a time. You're going to want to cook this in batches, so I'm going to be doing about 1/3 of the chicken here, and that's because we don't want to overcrowd this wok when cooking and cool down our oil. Now to get a great coating on this, try to keep the heat in between 325 and 350 when cooking the chicken. Cook it for about 4 minutes until nice and crispy. Then use a spider and put it on a paper towel lined tray while you cook the rest of the chicken. After that, we're going to add it into the warm sauce that's been sitting on the side. Then we're going to take a rubber spatula and we're going to slowly stir this around, making sure that each piece is fully coated. We don't want any bare pieces of chicken remaining, so just make sure it's all nice and glistening, and then we're ready to go to plating. I'm going pretty simple here because this dish packs plenty of flavor, so I'm just making a bed of white rice, adding plenty of that chicken on top. We're going to garnish with our sliced green onions from earlier, and then you're finished. If you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.